Hello, I'm Kat and today I'm going to be doing a full face of Revolution makeup. So I haven't done many of these kind of like full face of one brand like videos, but I actually wanted to pick up a couple of new bits from Revolution and I thought why not I do like a full face, as they have got some like newer eyeshadow palettes that I thought I could try as well. Like I don't think I've tried their eyeshadows for like a few years now, so they have got some new ones and I thought it could be fun to try out. Yeah. So I've got a full face. I think the only thing that I haven't got is an eyebrow product, which I don't think Revolution actually do any sort of like ginger, like auburn shades. So yeah, that wouldn't work for me anyway. So I've got some newer products and I've got some, I guess, older products that are not particularly new. And I have also got some products that I've already been using like regularly. So I'll show you everything that I'm going to use today and I'll put up some swatches of some of the products. So I guess I'll show you these ones first. So here's one of their newer eyeshadow palettes. So this is the Eternal Icon palette. So here's what this one looks like. Let me just open it up for you. So this is a bit of a kind of like neutral with some like green shades, so I'll pop up some swatches for you. So this does actually have 2 cream shades on the end, and then we've got 5 shimmers and 5 mattes. So they have got, I haven't looked on their website actually, but this shade here is quite soft, like flaky shimmer. I think the rest of them are just kind of more just normal like shimmer shades, and obviously they're just mattes. They do feel a lot better than I remember Revolution shadows being. Obviously I haven't really tried any of their shadows for years, but from what I remember these do feel like better quality already, so I'm pleased with that. So they did have a few other palettes, like different colorways, but I feel like this one I like the most, like with the kind of murky greens in it. I thought I'd best choose one that I'm most likely to use like the most. So I'm actually thinking, because we've got some cream shades here, whether to use the cream as a bit of like an eye primer. I do have a Revolution eye primer that I've been using, but maybe we'll just use this one as an eye primer and just see how that works. Next up, this is their new like blusher palette. So we've got 3 like finishes, 3 different finishes in here actually. So this top one is a cream blush, so I like that it's got this kind of plastic cover over it. That's really cool. We've got just a normal powder blush, and then we've got like a shimmer blush. So we'll see, maybe I'll put them all on. I don't normally do like multiple like layers of blush, but maybe we'll put the cream on and then put the powder on top, and this can almost be used as like a highlighter too possibly. So maybe we will try out all 3. I'll pop up some swatches of these as well. And then the last fairly new thing is one of their Air Blur Soft Matte Liquid Lips. So I'm hoping this shade is going to be good. So I didn't actually swatch this, but it's a bit of like a neutral shade. So hopefully this will look good. I don't know. They had so many colours, but I wanted to pick, like there were some colours that it was like, oh yeah, that'd be great. Like that's really what I would wear. But then I already have, I feel like quite a few colours, like lipsticks already in that colour. So I did try to go for one of their like more nudie ones, because I feel like that's where I lack a bit in my lipsticks. So hopefully this is a nice shade, and I'm really like interested to see the texture of this. And then I bought the, what was it, Skin Silk Under Eye Brightener and Concealer. So I got this in, I think, the lightest shade called Fair Cool. So I do really like their foundation, so I was curious to see how this is and like what the colour match is going to be like, I guess. And I bought myself a mascara. So this is actually a brown mascara, so I did want to get a brown one and they had one on there, so I thought why not. And we're going to be doing a kind of like neutral look today, so I think this will work with the look. And then the last thing I bought is actually their Skin Silk foundation. So I did actually buy this in another shade. So this is an F1. So I think this is my final chance at like finding one that matches. So I do have 2 other shades here. So I've got 0.2, which is neutral, like a neutral undertone, but it is actually a bit light for me. And I've got 0.5, which I think is a little bit light, but it's very quite pink, so it doesn't work with my skin. So both these shades are not great for me. So I've actually gone to the next like shade up, which is F1, and I think, does this one still have a neutral undertone, I think? So I don't know, hopefully this one fits better. I don't know, it's my last try, I think, so we'll see. Also, I'm used to picking like the lighter shades, and like these are too light, but I do feel like, I don't know if I tested this in the store or not, but I don't know, hopefully this one works. So probably what I'll do is I might put, like, swatch them all on my like cheek here, and we'll just see. But I probably will end up going in with the F1 all over my face today, just to see what that looks like. And then I actually got some freebies, I guess, because I ordered a bunch of stuff. So this is, what was it? Revolution Pro Glow Edit Lip Oil. So I haven't actually used like a lip oil. Like maybe I'll just put this on while I'm doing the rest of my face. And then they did send me this Revolution Pro Cream Wand Trio. So it's actually like 3 cream products. So we've got a cream blush, a cream contour and bronze, and a cream highlighter. So I don't know, maybe I'll try out the bronzer or the contour bronzer thing. Oh, it's got like a little spongy thing. Like maybe we can test this out. But I won't be using the blush and probably not the highlighter, seeing as we've got that shimmer blush. So we'll see about that. So that's everything new I bought, and then I will be using my Revolution Hydra Bright Primer. I've already been using this in most of my videos, I think. I have got a powder, which is the Revolution Translucent. This is actually a baking powder, but I'm trying to use this up. And I think that is everything, and then I will just be using my usual, I think it was this Beauty Bay eyebrow pencil. So I guess I'll zoom in and we'll get started. Oh, I also got myself this new mirror. I won't turn it too much, but I got this for, I think it was £3 from a charity shop. So like I'm hoping like maybe this will be better than my other mirror. Hopefully it won't get in the shot as much. Unfortunately, because I'm short-sighted, I have got contact lenses in, but I feel like I need the like mirror fairly close to my face still. So I can see properly. Anyway, let's get started. So I'm thinking I might go for the green shimmer in this look, and we'll do like a brown like with the mattes, and then just we'll have the green as the shimmer. So there isn't actually a lot of, I don't know, variety of depth, I would say, in this. Like these 2 like brownie shades here are kind of on like the same level, just different, I don't know, undertones, I would say. So like one of them isn't really darker than the other, so I'm probably just going to end up using one of these, and I suppose one of the lighter shades, and then a shimmer, so not actually using a lot. But first up, I am going to go in with this cream shade, so I'm going to use the light one up here, and I'm going to use that as like a primer. I'm not sure if that's actually what it's designed for or not, but we're going to use it as that. So it is very creamy. So yeah, we're just going to use this as like a base. Okay, so it does give a little bit of like coverage on the eye, like covering like the veins, but I can still see them for a bit. So this doesn't match my skin tone perfectly, but we're only using it as a base, so I think that should be okay. So I think I'm actually going to go in with the darker brown first, and then maybe go in with the lighter one after to help blend out the edges. So I'm going to go in with this one here. So as I said, I haven't tried any Revolution shadows for like years. So like from the swatches, they did seem better quality. So So I'm just going to do a pretty basic look today, seeing as I am doing a full face. So let's see if we can pack this on. See, this is my only kind of darkest shade. Let's see if we can deepen it up in the corner quite a bit. I mean, it seems to be going on quite nicely, like blending out quite well. I'm definitely able to like pack it on to make it darker, so yeah, I'm quite pleased with this so far. I guess the only thing I'm not as pleased about with this is like the colour variety, so maybe like either an in-between shade in the browns or like an even darker one, I think. So I think this might actually do for the brown for now. So I'm going to go in with this shade here, like the very light one. I think that was like closest to my skin tone, like this one's a bit warmer. So I'm just going to use this to like help with blending out the edge of that darker brown, just so we can give it a bit of a softer look on the edge. And I think I'll bring it in here a little bit as well. Yeah, I think that looks quite nice. So I'm going to go in with that darker brown. These do actually blend very well together, but it almost like blends like too much. So I do want to go back in with this brown just to bring the colour back. Okay, so onto the shimmer. So I'm just swatching the shimmers again in case I do want to do a different shade. So we have got the, which one is it? So we have got the green one here, which I was initially thinking just to add in like a bit of the green colour, but I don't see, this is that one that I was talking about, which is the kind of, it's like creamy but also flaky, which I think that would look nice, and it does like show up the most, like it's got the most kind of like shimmer, like glow to it. So I do wonder whether to use that. This one here is too red for what I want, and this one here I think it's too kind of like dark, like bronzy, which I don't think I want. So, and this one, I don't know, I think it's a bit too light. Oh, do I go in with this one? I wasn't so sure about using this one, but maybe I'll just do it. We'll just go for a full-on like neutral eye, shall we? Okay, so that is this one here. So it's like a I mean, it's still kind of like a bronzy shade, but it is more of an intense like shimmer to it. I guess we'll try this one out in the eye. So I'm just gonna put that here. Yeah, so it has got that. I'm not sure whether I like the texture of how it looks on the eye. It's got that look of like if you wet your brush, like I think when I've tried it before, like it's like very kind of smooth wetness, which I don't know, maybe if you've got very young eyes this would look quite nice, like smooth. I feel like it really shows up like the texture on the eyes, and like it just makes it, I don't know if you can see that, like it makes my eye look more wrinkly than like I think it is. Okay, that is a shame. I'm not a fan of that. I might put a bit of that brownie shade just to join the colours together. Right, so I'm not a fan of that shade or the texture of it. I'm going to go in with this one here, the brown next to it. I'm just going to use that to blend those two together at the edge there. I don't think this is going to add a lot of shade colour. So it just gives it more of a gradient look, I guess. Okay, so that's it for the eyes. I will go in later and put probably just some of the brown shade just a bit under my eyes, and I think I will use this very light shade here, and we'll do that as a bit of a inner corner highlight maybe. Right, so let's go in with mascara. So this is the Revolution Big Lash Round Volume Mascara. So I won't put any false lashes on today, we'll just use this mascara. So yeah, I don't actually have a brown mascara, so I was looking to add one to my collection. Oh god. So I did already try to curl my lashes. I think this is what I've got, but I think I want one of them like smaller ones maybe to try, because I feel like I need to curl the ones that are on the corner here, but I just can't get to it with that. So I might have to look at getting one of them kind of like mini half size ones, and I could just do it individually around sort of. Yeah, I thought a brown mascara would be good for just, I don't know, like everyday sort of wear. You're not really putting on makeup, you could just put on a bit of brown mascara. So there's the mascara done. So I think it's fine. I think it probably would stand out more if you'd done a bit more of a natural look. Like, I feel like the look I've got is a bit more like intense for it, so you can't really, I think it would need a black to just stand out a bit more. But I do quite like it, and yeah, I'll probably use it more on a kind of like day-to-day, like no makeup basis. Oh, I forgot I didn't put my lip oil on. Should put some of this on while I do my base makeup. It smells quite sweet, like sugary. I think I've just got it on my nose there. It's very like smooth, oily I guess. So it has got tiny like shimmer, like flakes in it. It's like shimmery on, glitter. I don't know if this is any good. Like, is it supposed to be hydrating? I don't really know. But I didn't buy this for the video. This was like free, so yeah. But it looks quite nice. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it. Okay, on to the base then. So this is the primer I'm using, which is the Revolution Pro Hydra Bright Primer. And I'm pretty happy with this one. I've been using it for, I don't know, a few months now, I think. So like this is, I think it has got silicone in it. So it's a luminous primer. So it does give, it smells, I think I said when I first got this, like it smelled quite like alcohol, like it wasn't quite that nice, but like since I've been using it more, it does smell more like sweet. So maybe it's just that initial use. So I'm not sure how we'll be able to see on camera, but it has got, like, it definitely looks shinier on this side, like that luminosity I guess, which I'm not fussed about that, to be honest, because I always like powder my base down. Like I like a like matte finish really. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this one is on the skin. Obviously I wouldn't just put it on and leave it like this. Like, I don't like this kind of glowy look, but I mean it's quite nice to wear, and I think my foundation does look quite nice on top. Oh, maybe I should have done this beforehand, because I'm now gonna like test all the foundations. That's right. Maybe I'll put a bit more primer on. So let's go in, so we'll go from the lightest to the darkest. So this is the 0.2. Okay, I tried to only squirt a little bit, but it feels like I've done a lot. And then we've got the 0.5. So this one is the lightest shade they have with the neutral undertone. So then we've got 0.5, which is the second lightest, but this has got more of a pink undertone. And then we've got F1, which is the next one up. And I think this has got a neutral undertone, or like peach or something, I think it said. So looking at this now on the camera, like this one does look very light at the front here. So maybe this F1 is a good match. Okay, so we're going to go in with the F1 because that is the new one that I just got. But so far looking at these swatches, I think it might be a lot better than what I already had. I'm hoping this matches better than the other ones. Just because like, I just want a foundation that matches, you know? It's so hard. Because like, I obviously bought these offline, like I've done an online order for this. But I have been in store before and they don't have like all the shades in there, so you can't even like swatch them all to like find your shade. Got an eyelash on my nose. Yeah, so like you buy offline and you just have to like hope, like go buy swatches online and hope that's the right shade. I mean, you know what? I think this is looking a lot better. Also as well, like I'm so used to buying like the lightest shade and like that not even working either. So I think maybe that's part of it. It's like I go for the lightest shade and then it's like, oh my god, it's too light. How is this possible? Like, it doesn't happen. But I don't know, makeup companies are getting better now with their shade range, aren't they? So I'm probably not the lightest person out there. Like, I am very light, but there's lighter than people than me, I guess. You know what? I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but I think this is a pretty good match. What I really would love to do at some point is go to, I don't know whether to go to like maybe a MAC counter and get them to like foundation match me. Because like I've heard the foundation, MAC foundations are really good as well. So I would like love to get one. Like I've wanted to do that for years. Obviously MAC is more expensive than like the drugstore, isn't it? Yeah, well, I think this is looking great. Oh, I'm so happy. So yeah, like F1 I guess is my shade, or as close a match as possible. I'm really pleased because I actually quite like this foundation as well. Like I think it sits on the skin really nicely. And like it's not too thick, but like gives a nice like coverage. Okay, I think that actually looks a lot better than what I've been doing. Because if it's too light it does look a little weird, and then obviously if it's too dark it looks weird as well. But yeah, I think that looks great. I'm gonna go in with the concealer now. So this is the Skin Silk Under Eye Brightener and Concealer. So I got this in Fair Core, which was the lightest shade. So they did have the next one up, but I thought that was probably going to be too dark. So it's got like this metal applicator on the end. So I won't put too much on. I probably don't normally put that much on actually. Just spread it out over both eyes. I'm not sure how I feel about the metal applicator. So normally I do use this Revolution IRL Fill to Finish, and this is in C0.5, which I also thought was a pretty good match for my skin. I mean, we'd have to see now, like when I try it out with this foundation, I guess. I think the colour's fine. It blends out fine. I think this is a pretty good match, actually. So it says it's a brightener and concealer. I mean, I'm not really sure if it's brightening. So I do normally put a colour corrector under my eyes because I do have like dark circles. So I don't think it's going to get rid of that completely. But I mean, the finish looks quite nice. So yeah, I mean, I'll be happy to continue using it. I think it's quite thin. It's not as thick. I would say this IRL one is a bit thicker, but I suppose this is supposed to be a bit more of a coverage one. See, this is quite thin, I would say, because like the foundation, the Skin Silk foundation is quite thin, like light coverage, I would say, light to medium coverage. Like it's a serum foundation. So like this concealer is a similar thing, it's quite thin. It is thinner than the foundation though, I would say. But yeah, I'm happy with how it looks so far. Right, next up we have got the blushes, and we've got these. Do I try this out? I'll have to see the shade. So I'm gonna have to squeeze it. Oh, I have to turn it on. It's got a little twist. Oh wow, that actually looks quite dark. Okay, I'm not using that. That's gonna be way too dark, I think. If I just blend that out on my hand. Yeah, I'm not gonna use that. I don't do bronzing, and this would not work as a contour, so I'm not gonna use that one. So let's go in with the blush. So we're gonna go in with the cream one first at the top. Yeah, so I did choose the peachy shade because I thought if I'm going for like the neutral eye, I thought the peach one would work best as well. They've also got a pink one. I can't remember, I think they've got a couple of others. So let's try this out. It's not like super soft actually in the pan. So I've just turned my lights down a bit because I think they were a bit bright. Sorry about that. So it's quite nice. It's not super like pigmented and dark. So like, but I actually think it'd be fine for, it actually looks fine in person. So it might not show up as well to you on camera, but in person it actually looks quite nice. It's not too in your face and dark. Okay, I quite like that. The colour wise. Also, I'm not as such a fan of cream blushes. So I don't think you have to worry, because it's not super pigmented, I don't think you have to worry about going overboard. Like, you do have to kind of build it up gradually. So you could end up doing it quite dark if that's what you wanted. So I will go in with the powder once I've powdered, which I think that is next. Okay, I'm not sure when my camera cut off, but like I've just powdered my face, so hopefully I did get some of that on camera. But yeah, I always like to powder my face. I don't like the kind of sticky tackiness of foundation. Like, I like it to be matte, and like if I'm touching it throughout the day, like it's not going to transfer onto like my hands or anything. It has dulled down the cream blush that I put on, so if I was going to use that cream blush, I probably would have to put it on more like intense so it then shows through. But I'm going to be going in and putting on the powder blush and the shimmer blush as well, so it doesn't really matter too much for today's look. So I am just going to go in and do my brows now, and then we'll come back and do the next bit. Before I do anything else, I'm just going to go in and finish up the eyes. So I'm going to go in with this brown, and I'm just going to put a little bit under the eyes just to join up with on the top. So I don't think I'm going to bring it all the way in, I just want to join it up a little bit. Just kind of fade it out towards the centre, I think. Yeah, I think just like that. Very tiny bit. Okay, I've just touched up some mascara on the bottom lashes because to get some of the powder taken off the colour. Okay, so next up is the blush. I think we just got the blush and the lips left. So I've got a bit of mascara. I'm going to have to wipe that off once it's dry. So we're going to go in with the powder blush, and then I'm going to go in with the shimmer one on top and like as the highlight too. I don't think I've tried many kind of like shimmer blushes actually. Oh, it's picked it up quite nicely. I'm going to like pat the excess on my hand because I don't want it to come out too much at once on my cheeks. So it's going on quite nicely. So it is very much the same sort of like shade as that cream one. I feel like it's maybe more like pigmented with going in. So you have to make sure you're not putting too much on the brush. I feel like maybe I put too much on. Try and tone it down with a little bit of powder. Okay, I think that would do for that. It's quite a nice colour, and I mean it's just a powder blush. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. So we're going to go in with the shimmer now, which, do I have a brush I can use for that? So, but I am going to just put it on like the tops of my cheeks, almost as a highlight. Actually, you know what, we'll just put it full on top. Why not? Sure. Okay, I might have done too much there. So it's very nice, like colour wise. I don't think I'm used to doing like a shimmer blush, so that, you know, I'm not used to that. But then also, because I do like my base makeup quite matte, I'm not sure if a like shimmer blush would work as well. I might have to try it on its own one time, this shimmer blush. Like maybe in a future look I'll just try it on its own just to see what it looks like without the other blush underneath. But like it's not too like intense and shimmery, it is quite nice. I'm just not sure if I like how it looks on me, or like with the look that I do. But yeah, I think the product's quite nice. Okay, and then the last thing I think is the lip. So hopefully this works nicely. So the lip oil has kind of like worn off, soaked in now. So we have got little doe foot. So let's try this out. Oh, it does feel very nice. It's like that, like it's like moussey, like soft. I think the Peri Pera lip tint that I've got, it's like similar texture to that, which I do quite like that. I thought I would like this, so. The hard bit was just like choosing a colour. Like it's very soft and moussey. Like it's very nice, I like it. So you could, if you wanted, go for the like the Korean like makeup look and blend it out, which is what like that Peri Pera, that's a Korean brand, so they're into that. I'm not sure how I feel about that on me or not. Like I guess I do try and blend it out a little bit, but I don't know if it always works. Okay, there we go, there's the lips. So it's quite a nice colour actually, so I think I've done a good pick, and I think it does work with the eyes. Also I tried to go for like a nudie one. This one's called Whisper. I don't think I've actually told you what name it is, so it's called Whisper. So I think that looks really nice. Okay, so that's everything. This is the finished look. So here we've got the final look, the full face of Revolution makeup. And I think it all came out really quite nice. So let's go through the products quickly, I guess, and just tell you what I think. So first up, we've got the eyeshadow palette, which I'm pretty happy with this. The eyeshadows I feel like are a lot better than they used to be. So the mattes feel like a lot softer than they used to be, and the shimmers are pretty nice. Obviously I'm not keen on this one here, which is like a creamy, I mean it seems flaky but it's creamy, and I just don't really like how it looks on my eyes. Like I feel like it really shows up all the kind of like texture and like lines and like wrinkles and all that sort of thing. So I'm not really a fan. I mean it doesn't look as bad now, like I guess that it's been kind of sitting there, but like when you first put it on I really don't like how it looks. The cream shade, now I did kind of use that as a primer, which I mean I think it was fine. I'm not really into like cream shadows, so I probably won't actually end up using these again, and I'd rather use just an actual, I think, eyeshadow primer. Like I don't know whether this is actually designed as a primer or if it's just like just a cream shadow, but yeah, I probably won't end up using these and won't end up using that one. But I do think the shadows are really nice, and I think these are only £9, so like really good for the price, I think. So like it's an affordable palette. Obviously the shadows aren't as good as indie ones, you know, but this is only £9 and they're a lot better than they used to be, so I think they are worth the price now. So yeah, I'm not sure if I will be buying more of these. Like I'm not gonna buy the other palettes like this. I think I probably will only buy them if they actually release something like a colour story or packaging that I'm really into, because I'm actually not much of a fan of how this looks. I don't think I really like the kind of clear packaging. Like I do prefer some sort of like artwork on the front and like cardboard packaging. Like this is like plastic. So yeah, at the moment I probably won't be getting any more, but I will keep an eye on them and I'm interested to try like more from them. The blush, again, this has got the plastic packaging, which I'm not as keen on, and like the clear front, but I'm pretty happy with this. I think this is really good actually. Like creams aren't my favorite, but it did go on really nicely and blended out really well, and like it's not too like pigmented, like you build it up. The blusher is like the powder one is more pigmented, so you have to want to be careful with that one. And the shimmer one, I mean I'm not used to using shimmers, so I will have to try that out again. I mean you can just use it as a highlight if you wanted to, so I'll have to try that out as well. But I will try it out as just like a blush on its own and probably as a highlight in future. But yeah, I quite like this. I think this is quite nice, so happy to have this in my collection. I guess I'll go through all the new bits first. We've got the lip product, the Air Blur, which I really like this, and I'm definitely want to get more shades in this. Like I love the texture, like I love the kind of moussey soft like texture, and I mean it's called Air Blur, so you could blur it out or just like leave it quite, I guess I've got it kind of sharp-ish. Like I mean it's not super sharp, like it's a bit blurred on the edge, but obviously you can go in a lot like less with this and have that full-on blurred out look, or just go in like sharp lines, you know, proper like a lipstick, I guess. But yeah, I really like the texture of this, and it feels really nice on the lips. Like it's really like soft, lovely, love this. And then we've got the concealer, which I mean I'm happy with this, I guess. I think I do prefer the other one I'm using, just because this one's so thin. I don't know, I feel like it doesn't give as much coverage as the other one. And for a concealer, it kind of should be, I feel like, more coverage than the foundation, you know? Yeah, so I mean it's fine, I'm going to use it. I wouldn't particularly say, I mean I do only put it like on my dark circles, like I don't do like a triangle or anything, so I don't think it looks particularly brightening on me. But I mean as a lightweight like thin concealer, I think it's fine. And like if your dark circles or anything isn't too dark, it probably would work well. I think that's it. I think my dark circles are just a bit too dark. I need something with a bit more coverage. But I think it's quite nice. I mean I'm not sure about like the metal the metal kind of eye applicator. I think I prefer something a bit like softer, you know, like the kind of spongy applicator. And then we've got the mascara, which I mean this is just a pretty basic mascara, like volume, which I think it looks nice. Like, I'm definitely gonna wear it, but I will probably stick to just wearing it, like I said, like day to day, like if I'm not really putting anything on my eyes, probably like just to open my eyes a little bit, like if I'm not wearing any makeup. But yeah, I think it's just like a nice, like natural, like mascara. Like, it probably won't look like you've got much makeup on, but just like wake up your eyes a little bit. So that's all the kind of new products, and then the other products I've been using for quite a while. So obviously this translucent baking powder, I've been using this for, I don't know, I feel like it's been years now. It's not my favourite, like I do want a finer milled powder, but it does the job and like powders my face, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not sure if they still actually sell that or not, because that's so old. And the primer, the Hydra Bright Primer, I'm happy with this. Like, I like the texture, like, and the feel of it on my face. It is a bit of a silicone primer, I believe. But yeah, I think it looks nice. I like how the finish and like how my foundation looks on top of it. So I'm really happy with this at the moment. And then the foundation, which I've been using for, I feel like almost since it came out. I don't think I got it straight away when it came out, but I have been using the foundation for like quite a while now. Like, I actually have used a full bottle and then I've replaced it. So, and finally, I think I found a really good shade. Like, can we see on my neck? I don't think there's much shade difference there. So I think this is looking a lot better. So F1, this is my shade now. So I'm not sure, I might get rid of these possibly. I don't know, we'll see what I do with them. As soon as they are too light, I might end up getting rid of those. But yeah, I've been using this foundation like every time I do my makeup, so I do really enjoy it. It's just got a really nice finish, and like it's quite light coverage, light to medium coverage, and I just think it's got really nice like finish and just looks really nice on the skin. Yeah, so I'm really happy with that. So I think that's everything. Oh, we did have the lip oil. I mean, like, my lips felt quite soft afterwards, I guess, when this wore out. And obviously I didn't try out these because contour shade just would not fit me, and I didn't want to use these as I was already using another product. But these are cream products, so I don't think I would be as keen on them. I do just prefer powder products to cream mostly. So yeah, I think that's everything. So overall, I'm pretty happy with everything. The only thing I wasn't as keen on, I guess, is maybe the concealer. And these, which just not for me really. But everything else, yeah, I'm really happy with. So I'm glad that they've improved their formula in their eyeshadow palettes, because they do feel a lot better now. So if they do bring out any collections that I'm interested in, then like hopefully I'll get more use out of their eyeshadows now. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, like seeing all these products. Have you tried out any of these products? Do you really enjoy them? What do you think of Revolution lately? So everything I have used today I will link down in the description in case you want to check anything out. But I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!